Hello, this is Roy, and welcome to my income trek. I was asked the other day by a friend of mine who is currently working two jobs. He works in the morning and he works in the evening. He sometimes also picks up shifts on the weekends. And he was asking me because he knows that I also work my regular job, but I also have multiple incomes that I've created. He said, "Well, I can't really quit my second job because I need my second job because my first job, well, I don't make enough money. And so how am I supposed to start a business? How am I supposed to make extra money to have more time with my family or just not burn myself out?" It's a very good question. Very, very to the point and a realistic question. And that gets into the heart of what frustrates me. All these online gurus, and you've seen them, these advertisements, these guys standing behind these expensive Lamborghinis and making you feel like crap. Why aren't you like me? Why haven't you been able to achieve my success? But don't worry about it. I'm going to teach you. I am going to teach you because I have figured out the formula to do, and I'm only going to charge you $8. But after you pay the $8, well, you really have to spend $1,000 and maybe $5,000 to show you how I was able to make so much money. Never mind the fact that by the time I get done teaching you, I've already made about $5,000 from you, and I'm going to teach you to do what I do to other people to make money selling to other people, teaching them how to make money from you. And if I get kind of excited, well, I apologize, but it really frustrates me that over the years I've seen these kind of tactics. Um, some people who are older will remember the classified ads in newspapers where they would advertise these get rich quick schemes. Everything from mailing envelopes and getting paid to mail envelopes to starting your own vending machine. But the truth is, if you have a lifestyle that requires you to work two jobs and just to be able to pay the bills and take your family out, or the idea of saving money, it just seems so far-fetched, or the idea of taking time to actually start a business, it it's almost impossible if you really think about it. I'm not saying it's not possible. What I'm saying is when you are in that moment in time, when you feel the pressure of paying your bills, your rent or mortgage is due, you have to buy food, insurance, you have a car payment, it just starts racking up. Everything starts racking up. And say you're married or have kids, now you have the responsibility of paying for other things that come up. And even if you have the desire and you think positive thoughts and you visualize, visualizing is great, but there's only so many hours in the day. There's only so much time that you can dedicate to a business. So, being that he was my friend, I wanted to be as honest and realistic as possible. So, I basically told him that in his situation, he can't afford to make mistakes. He can't afford to invest in a business that requires him to be physically present. He can't start a business that requires him to make phone calls. He can't start a business that requires his presence. He can't start a business that has a lot of investments or that requires a lot of money. So I told him, okay, you want to make extra money. How much money do you want to make? How much how much will your life be able to change? He said, well, I need about if I could make an extra $1,000 a month, I could quit my second job because there's a cost to going to that job, right? There's gasoline and there's food and everything else. And he said, okay, because he was making about $1,500 a month in the second job. So I said, okay, you need about $1,000. And here's the thing: most of us that need a second income or a second or passive income, when you see these advertisements, they tell you things like make $100,000 a year working 1 hour a day. Well, that's great. Impossible. Don't see it happening. Can it happen? I don't know. I just I don't think in terms of fantasy, unrealistic expectations. So I told my friend, I go, look, your current situation requires you to work as much as you do. You work 16, 17, 18 hours a day. And, well, you have weekends off. And you want to spend time with your family. And keep in mind, he doesn't have a lot of money. So I told him, okay, um, how many, how much time do you spend commuting? He said, well, I spend about an hour to an hour and a half every day commuting to and from my job. I said, okay, during your commute, do you listen to the radio? He says, well, yeah. I said, and is it possible that you can use your phone or to record yourself? He kind of looked at me. He goes, well, yeah. I said, okay. I said, is it possible that you could record yourself and use this information to write a book? Don't think in terms of whether you can or cannot do it. I said, just can it be done? Can you do it? Can you spend the next month just talking about a subject that you know about? He happens to be really good at planting and working with dirt. So I said, well, can you do an instructional audio or and maybe just talk about something that you're really good at? I said, and then take this information, have somebody type it for you. You could use a company like Fiverr.com. There you could find somebody that will get that audio and type it for you. And within Fiverr, then you can take that typed information and have somebody typeset it for you. Then within Fiverr, you can spend maybe $10 and have somebody create an ebook cover for you. And now you have a 30-page, 40-page book, and you could take this and put it on Amazon. Now you have your first book. He said to me, well, that's impossible to do. I said, no, it's not. I said, it is not impossible to do. I said, that's what I did. I told him. I literally put 5 books, 5 or 6 books using this method. Am I making $1,000 a month? No, I'm not. Am I making $10,000 a month? No, I'm not. But that's not what I'm after, I told them. I'm after just multiple passive incomes. I think one of my highest months I made close to $400 in one month. But that's just from one of my income sources. But that's okay. That's what I'm after. So, is there a way that you could make extra income? Of course. It's just a matter of not letting yourself be caught up in this idea that you have to make $10,000 a month and you have to quit your job and you have to be willing to do exactly this specific method. And if you don't do the method and you don't put the energy, then you're a failure. That's not true. Not everybody has these deep pockets. All of us have responsibilities. All of us have a job or we want to have a job, I would say. But the fact is that it is very difficult out there. And for people to make you feel that you are a failure because you are not making $300,000 a year. Well, Sorry, that's ridiculous. And but I wanted to get um, the main focus that I wanted to focus on was that there is ways for all of us can make extra money on the side. We don't have to be these amazing gurus or buy into these expensive programs. I'm against that. Even my website, Workforce Staffing Network, I teach people how to start their own staffing agencies. One of the first things I do is tell them, you don't need to spend $25,000 to start. I say all you need is $1,000 or $500 and a business card, and here you go. Of course, there's other things that you have to get, but what the point is that many people get caught up in this idea that they have to have everything perfect and they have to get this particular program, and that's the only way they're going to make money. That doesn't exist. That's not true. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope to make more. And if you liked what I had to say, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.